What's up, y'all? We back with some more Road to 1000 Rapid Chess. I'm ready to roll. Um, just like usual, playing a couple games here. Starting out with the white pieces. E4, just like every time. Knight. If he brings his knight out, we go straight into the Scotch game. If not, doesn't matter, because he did. All right. I don't know. Do I want to play Scotch game or Scotch Gambit? Let's flip a coin. Flip a coin. It didn't say it, but can you read that? It's heads. I didn't assign them. Heads can be game because that's the order I set them in. You know, guys, if you're playing coin toss, you should assign things first. Heads or tails. I should have pushed. I forgot the main theory because okay. Now we can bring not bishop. We can go pawn here to kick my queen. Okay, he didn't. We push now. All is normal. I mean, I'm just gonna go here, and then if he moves the knight, I'll go bishop here, threaten to checkmate. But he'll probably actually hop his knight over here, and I'll have to pull it back first. So it'll be a little slower than I was thinking, but I do think it's still all right at the end of the day. He's really thinking, like, dude, your knight's under attack. Okay, yeah, there wasn't many options you had. And this doesn't even work unless you're going to pull your bishop back on the next move. That's why I think knight here, knight to e4 works, because if he takes and I just take back with the queen and we're chilling. And then I can bring my bishop out to f4 and protect if he brings his bishop back or attacks with the pawn. I do want to get this bishop out though so that I can castle and get out of the way. There's no immediate threat. But see, I think I need to play this first. I think this is a little too slow. Because then he could go bishop back or attack the pawn. This also gets me out of the pin. So now I am threatening to take. Okay. So that's why he goes knight to the edge of the board. Okay, let's see. We have a few options here. We can go queen here and look for a trade. I'm not really seeing how that benefits us too much, though, other than just trading pieces. We could pull the queen back, but then this pawn's going to die. We could pull the queen over, but the pawn's going to die. And we could go up, but then he's probably going to push. And if he pushes, then I'm really in trouble. So I think I actually do need to go for this queen trade. Let's play this out. Queen g5, push, takes with check, king over. I like that a lot because if it goes through that line, he's not going to be able to castle, and I'm 2 steps away from castling. Bad arrows. Bishop c4, castle. Yeah, pushing this pawn is not, it's not the idea for him. Oh, but hold on. Did I miscalculate that? Push, takes. My knight will be pinned. Ay. Okay, so push, takes. Okay. He went through the line. So that's fine with me. Okay, well, I kind of missed that he's just going to castle. But we can go bishop here, put some pressure on f7. We're going to castle on our next move. He can kick the knight out. We'll go back home and we'll be just fine. Okay, he wants to trade. I think he wants to go takes, check, and then I go bishop here. Yeah, so we don't need to take that. We just need to add a defender. I look, he might push. No, yeah, I think I'm going to push this If he takes, I take back, and then I bring my bishop out and look to castle queen side. I like that a lot more. And then these pawns are already so advanced too that I could actually create problems here if he doesn't take here now. Which he does, but we'll take back. Okay, so he's going to hit the pawn with the bishop. But I can actually put push, takes, with check. So yeah, let's just push. He might push. If he does, like we said, we're just going to go back and we'll be hitting the bishop. And then this diagonal will be weak. If he pushes, actually, I can just push with check. So yeah, he definitely didn't want to do that. Now, do I want to take with the bishop or the knight? Let's say knight takes, bishop check. Then I'm not really getting anything. Bishop takes, pawn takes, knight takes, and I'm forking the rook. So I think bishop takes is better. And now I fork these two pieces, but he's going to pin me. Think. Let's hit his bishop first. Make him move. I think this knight is just lost. I just don't have the pieces to defend it. I just don't have the pieces to defend it. I don't have my light square bishop anymore. Oh, this just got interesting. I think we're going to have to play this a piece down. Yeah. I mean, shoot, we're just going to keep pushing. We got to have some attack on this bishop here. All right, now can't really attack it again because if we go here, that's defended twice. I think we need a castle this way, and we're just going to have to cut our losses. Ah, yeah. That's sad. That's really sad. Okay. And he doesn't really have any weaknesses in his position either. I think I'm just going to push and try to bring my rook over. Dang. Slight mistake, but I do think this is still winnable. I was watching Chess with Akeem today. He was talking about swindling, which is where even when you're down material, it's the ability to then force a trade or force a draw or even come back and win. So I need to work on my swindling. That's what I need to do. I'm trying to swindle this guy. At least get a draw out of this. Because if he ever moves his rook, I'm going to go ahead and double up now so that he can't enter here. Because if I went here, then he was just going to bring his rook to d2 and cause all kind of problems, hit my unprotected bishop, and he'd be looking to maybe double there and check with this rook. So I like that move, and then we could go here. If he ever moves that rook off the back rank, that would be a checkmate. But yeah, it's just all up to what this guy does. I think he wanted rook d2, but I'm glad I found the move to block that. Oh, he disconnected. Hey, we might have just swindled the guy. His internet might have swindled him. Which country is this? Nepal. Yes, the odd-shaped flag. 2503. Abi. 12 seconds, brother. 12 seconds. Were you really that mad you couldn't get that rook move? I guess, man. I guess. Hey, we'll take the wins where we can get them. I do think we had some counterplay in this position, but I do think at the end of the day it was pretty much lost. But hey, moving on to the next one, we get white pieces again. Gotta love that. We get old SJUP 1964 from the Netherlands. Same thing. If he does the same, we're gonna play the Gambit this time. If he accepts. All right, we're playing the Gambit this time. Gambit variation. When they push this pawn, I think I like to just castle. But I could just save castle. I think I'm going to save castle. I'm going to push here. If he takes, then I'll castle. He takes again, and I'll have two very strong bishops pointing towards the king side. So yeah, let's castle now. And then if he takes, we'll take back with the bishop. These two bishops are going to cause problems if he ever tries to castle on this side of the board. We can look for rook here, push this pawn. There's various ideas here. Many ideas. Okay. He might be trying to castle, and I don't want to stop him from castling over there. Okay, I don't want to block my bishop in, so I'm thinking knight to d2. But I think queen to b3 is better. Have this battery. We can look for this check and pick up a pawn. Now he has lost his castling rights. Part of me just wants to take with this bishop, and then he takes back, and this pawn structure is going to be horrendous. Or he takes back with the queen, and if he takes back with the queen, my rook's going to be very sad in the corner. I could block with the knight, of course, but then we got to worry about protecting him, and that's going to be tough because we want our queen to be mobile. So there's no immediate threat here. What could he do to attack it? I guess queen here and look for a trade, but he probably wouldn't want to do that. I'm not seeing any immediate way to defend it, so I'm just going to bring, well, hold on, push, takes. I think that's just winning, because then he takes again, I take with the bishop. Yeah, I think knight here is a good move. We're looking to trade material. I've already won one pawn back. This I think will end up winning us some more material back. Maybe, I should have gone pawn push first. Yeah, that was bad. I accidentally messed up the move order. I was saying pawn push and then bishop takes, because now bishop takes, and I'm in that exact predicament that I didn't want to be in, where his bishop's going to be tying my knight down until I get my rook out of there. So that's a little bit sad. It's just these little blunders. But okay, he just takes it and then takes the bishop. Gotta think before I move, because in this position I probably just needed to go rook over or rook over. But we're here. I think we can push and kick the knight. We could check, but that doesn't really get us anything. We could activate one of the rooks. I think I am gonna push first. No, I'm gonna push here first, block a square off, so he either needs to go backwards or to the corner. So yeah, now we'll push, protected by the queen, hitting the knight. I guess he could go here, but if that's the case, we're just gonna check him. Okay, so that's why he goes there, but this is still just picking up material because I can check and then hit the knight, check again, and just like that, I do believe we're kind of back in the game here. Let's activate the rook, maybe swing him over to here, look for some checkmates on g7. Okay, takes. He might go queen takes, and I don't want that. But let's say I don't take, he's probably going to take with the rook. I take with the rook, he takes with the pawn. Oh no, he wouldn't want to do that. So yeah, let's just, if I don't take and he takes, takes with the pawn, then he's kind of forcing a trade. Let's just activate our other rook and see how he wants to play this. Because if he takes and I can get my queen out of there, either there, I could go over here and keep pressure on the pawn and defend it, and then his queen will be under attack. I do think we have some good counterplay here. I do. I really do. Yeah, that's a pawn. Now he can never take this pawn because he's pinned. Until he moves his queen, that thing's kind of stuck there. So let's say takes. We won't be able to take here. So I'm going to go queen here first. We'll go queen here. Now we can takes. Oh, wait, no, we can't. Because takes, check. And then rook needs to take back. There's still some things we need to do in the position. Definitely still some things we need to do in the position. And we got to look how we're going to maneuver to get this checkmate. We got to be careful of this bishop, not to put my queen and my rook on the same line as each other, because then he can get a cheeky little fork if it's defended, of course. Okay, here we could go takes, because now he's blocked his rook from taking this rook with check. So slight mistake by him. If he doesn't take back, I'm gonna take back, hit the queen, hit the rook, hit the bishop twice, only protected by the rook, which is why he takes there. I'm gonna take here. I've got two attackers here. He's got no defenders, so he wants to trade queens. I really don't want to trade queens because we're gonna need the queen on the board if we want to checkmate. So I'm thinking we could go here. Keep the defense. If I go here, rook takes, queen takes, rook takes, then it'd be a rook versus rook in game, but he's got this outside pass pawn, which is going to be very hard to deal with. Like, that's going to trap my rook down on this side of the board. Part of me says activate the king. He takes, I take. Say he plays some move, and then I look to take on the next move, and then we'll be even, and I just really need to hunt down this. I really need to hunt down that pawn on the outside of the board. Let's say we go rook takes now. Rook takes, queen takes, rook takes, rook takes, rook takes. I feel like it's all very drawish at this point. Let's go rook takes. Let's go rook takes. Look at this wall of defenses. That probably wasn't the best move, but like just having this wall here on his 6th rank is crazy. And if for whatever reason he doesn't take my queen, we have rook here, and then I don't know, rook there, queen takes, and then we could go hunt this pawn. Okay, so he does take. Now he's probably going to take the other rook and just start advancing this outside pass pawn. So we need to get my rook back. And, yep, rook all the way back. Block the pawn. And then we need to activate our king. Let's go pawn push. See, he's gonna be in here. He's gonna be in here. If I go here, he's gonna go here, and then I'm not gonna be able to get back to defend this pawn unless I just shuffle right back. I do like that though, because then boom, boom, and then see, we can't take the rook off this line. We just can't take the rook off this line. This is so, like, this just feels like a draw. It genuinely just feels like a draw. Okay. He pushes his pawn. So these are kind of locked up now. He's going to have trouble pushing this one. I'm going to have trouble pushing this one. I would offer a draw, but that's not in the spirit of the channel. So we'll just go rook here and stop his pawn from advancing. and see what other moves he's got in store. I'm not the type to go for a draw. I'm the type to go for the win. It's just who I am, and we can never push this because then he'll get in here, and this pawn's gonna be just dead. So, okay. Now I could push here, but he's just gonna slide back, so it's not a good move. I could go rook here. Let's say I go rook here, he slides back, we go over, he pushes, I push, he takes, I take, he pushes, I go back, he queens, and then, okay, so I would be one step short. Let me go back, because if he doesn't push, okay, so he pushes the pawn. I mean, this is just drawn. This is just drawn because I'm not. If I go over here with my king to eat this pawn, he's going to eat both of these, and he's got 2 pawns to. I'm just going to offer the draw. I'm just going to offer the draw. I'm never going to let you queen. Oh, okay, he accepted. Like, we were just getting nowhere. We were literally just getting nowhere. And he wants to rematch, so we'll accept. And we'll play with the black pieces this time. And we'll go for our favorite Scandinavian defense. We know all of the theory, thanks to Mr. Chess with Hakeem. Shout out the GOAT chess teacher. If he pushes, we go pawn push. If he brings his bishop out, we push here. Or we can develop knight here. The order doesn't really matter on this because you're getting the same structure regardless. So we're actually going to go knight out first. And then we'll push. He hasn't had any threat for this queen yet. So that's why I haven't pushed here to give my queen space to run to either c7 or d8. But as soon as this pawn goes forward, that's normally when I push this one. Or if he goes like pawn here. But again, it looks like he's just not going for that. Like he doesn't care that my queen's over here. And then we go knight to d7. And then we can choose which way we want to castle, honestly. I mean, I'm tempted to just push because, yeah, I wanted to make this move anyway to give my queen, space to breathe. But now it comes with tempo. So he's got to move his bishop again. Or just sack it. I mean, I guess he could do that. But yeah, he just goes right back. So he just wasted a move. I'm thinking we're going to do same side castling. But this bishop could become a problem. So I'm actually going to castle long. Let's make this an interesting game. It's time to start pushing pawns. I'm thinking knight here, knight here. Okay, I'm happy to trade that. I am more than happy to trade that. Open up my rook, please. Please, yes, thank you. Like, there's literally nothing he could have done that would have made me happier. Next move is queen here and threaten. Oh, queen here, threaten checkmate. Okay. And then if he just pushes, then we're still going to go for our idea of bringing this knight to d5 and then look for the trade here. And then this knight's going to be very safe on this square with 2 pawns protecting it. And a rook, because that line will be open. But he blunders checkmate. GG, brother. Yeah, he don't want to rematch again after that. Shout out to the man, though. Shout out to the man. All right, we'll play one more. 3 different opponents. Same thing once again, always. Oh, he doesn't take. When they don't take, it's best to play the advanced variation because the only good square for the knight is back. I suppose, they can go here, but it doesn't really do anything, and then we just take the whole center. And then we'll look for bishop out, knight out. We'll probably fianchetto this bishop at some point, but let's bring the knight out first. If he takes, we take. Okay, so he wants to break our position apart. But if I take, okay, it's kind of bad either way because if I take, he's going to push and kick this knight. But if I don't take, he's going to take and hit the knight. So I'm going to push here first. Okay, so let's just take. And then we'll take back, and I'm happy with this position. I still do think it would be safe to castle over here. I think it'd be safe to castle either side, but we'll save that decision for another day. We'll just get this bishop out. When this knight moves, we can always look to go in with check here. We could look for push because he can't take, and then we're hitting the knight. I think that's a good move. Yeah, I think that's a really good move. Because if he takes, I'm taking with the rook. And he's just going to be rook down. And if he doesn't take, then I can take. Okay, so he's saying I take, you take. I mean, I could take, but he's got another defender. He still can't take my pawn, so I'm going to leave the tension there. And we will just load up the queen battery, defend this pawn once more. Because now I do believe I could go takes, takes. And then we'd go, no, not rook because he takes, bishop takes, rook takes, queen takes. Oh, but he's got the knight too. Recalculate. Pawn takes, bishop takes, rook takes, knight takes. So that's not a good trade for us. All right. Let's lock in here. I'm thinking I take. If he takes back with the pawn, we castle. If he takes back with the rook, yeah, I think take here. If he blocks his bishop off, or his rook off, I'm just gonna castle this way. If he wants to trade the rooks, I'll trade the rooks and then castle this side. Okay. Could this pawn create problems? Kinda it could. In all honesty, I'm thinking I'm gonna try this knight trade here. He could just push though. I didn't think that moved through. I really need to slow down when I play. Oh, that was unexpected. Take with the queen. I do need to remember that these pawns do have tension. He could push and just lock up the position. He could do a lot of things. Check being one of them. Okay, so my options are block with the queen, give up a pawn, which does nothing, or just move the king. I'm thinking if I get the queens off the board, then I don't have to worry as much about castling. So let's play that out. Queen here, queen takes, king takes. I'm not seeing where it goes. Maybe here, maybe he takes and I take back. And then I'm just looking to bring rook over and hide my king on either side. So yeah, let's block with the queen. Yep, takes. And then he takes with the knight. But I can go here, pin, possibly win a pawn with pressure on the rook. But he'll win a pawn back because when I take, oh, yeah. So he's going to hit this pawn first, but if I take, he's going to bring his rook over. I'm going to have to move, and then he'll win this pawn. So first, let's just delay everything. Actually, he's not even attacking this pawn. He might think he is. I'm just going to push here. He might think he's attacking this pawn, but my bishop covers. Okay. We can go check. King over. And then we could look to double the rooks. Yeah, let's go check. Can't nothing be wrong with check. I'm looking to double and get my rook on the 7th. We're 888. I just noticed that. Getting closer to 900. Yeah, he's just going to push. At a certain point, I want to push here. And then it takes. But then this knight's going to be... So I need to push Loki sooner rather than later. Or just let him push. And then I just push here. And but then he's going to be 2 pawns moves away from queening. This pawn could create some problems. He's looking for discovered check. Not a fan. Let's go king back to e1. Again, this check is not checking. He could go pawn push, and then when I go bishop back, pawn push, bishop back, check, over. And then, so yeah, he might be winning a pawn here. I am going to see if I hit the knight. He's got a discovered check on the rook. I think I've blundered again. We can go... No, we can't go there either. I was thinking bishop here. If he takes, then I take. However, he would just take my bishop. I get myself in these predicaments, man. I'm always getting myself in these predicaments. I'm thinking if I go push, though, he might just take the bishop. But I don't want to play hope chess. I know you're not supposed to do that. If only his king was here, and I could check him to save everything and then go bishop back. I think we gotta cut our losses and just go here. Yeah. See, I'm just missing moves. And that's a double attack here, so it's like it's not even like I could save it. Wow. Yeah, we'll just go this way. There's nothing I can do. He's gonna take with one of his pieces here, and then yeah. Man. Let's just put, bring the king to the corner, I guess. This is still winnable. I mean, technically this is still winnable. It's only 6 points, right? It's only 6 points. I can win a pawn back here. He's looking to maybe go knight here. But then I can just shuffle over. Yeah, let's just take a pawn back. I mean, we need all the material back that we can possibly get. Man, I'm telling you, these Indian chess players are just different. Or maybe I just make a blunder every game. Maybe that's what it is. I just find a way to mess up, man. I think we gotta push. He pushes, I take. He takes. Okay, so he wants to hit here, but again, he's not really... I see what he's doing. I see. He did that so he could hit this bishop. Is there anything I could do with this bishop? I can protect it, and then if he takes here, I'll take back, and then he'll win another pawn, but it's not as bad as losing a whole piece, I guess. That's what I'll tell myself, at least. Could also take back with the rook, but I think he needs to be on this open file. I'm not trying to trade that rook off the board. Man, dude. I need to go like rook, rook, rook. With a skewer. Win a pawn back, maybe. There's ideas. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take back with the king. Ah. Smart cookie. I'm just going to... I was going to say hit the pawn, but that didn't quite work out. So, yeah. Yeah, this is GG's. This is GG's, but I refuse to resign. He can still stalemate me. I need to get rid of these pawns in order to do so. Ay, chihuahua, he's got me. He shouldn't have gone there, but he still got me regardless. Dang. Well, ending off the episode at 880. I messed that one up. I should have had that game, but hey, it is what it is. You know, you win some, you lose some. I think what did I win 3 there, or did I win 3 out of 4? I think, or 2 out of 4. Ah, yes. Win, draw, win, loss. That's fine. That's fine. Slowly getting that bullet rating back up. Expect some bullet videos too over the next week or so. I'm going to be pre-recording a bunch and just have them all set to release because I'm going to be out of town for a week. So I'm going to play a ton of chess tonight, make a ton of videos. Some might be a little shorter. But yeah, expect to still see uploads of chess. I might record one Minecraft video. I know I haven't done that in a while. I've just really been enjoying the chess, and I've been working a lot, so I haven't had time to like actually sit down and grind Minecraft. But yeah, I just wanted to give y'all a little update. Thank y'all so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. I appreciate it. And yeah, see y'all next time.